Coming up, we'll learn why the Sun City News and Sun City TV are growing in leaps and bounds. And our local Food Network star, Orchid Pallmeyer, not only tells us all about her recent adventures in Europe, but shares some exciting news with our viewers. It's all coming up right now on the Bluffton News. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor, and we have a lot to cover: business, entertainment, and of course the latest local news. But first, let's start with Bluffton's current headlines. Last week, Bluffton High School celebrated the accomplishments of 208 graduates. Keynote speaker senior Ann Blackman focused on the concept of YOLO, or You Only Live Once, as a reminder to students about their futures and endeavors. The school valedictorian Jacob George and salutatorian Jason Guo shared the stage as they delivered one honorary speech together. And on a more somber note, 19-year-old Amanda Paletta of HARDEEVILLE died of massive trauma at the scene of a hit-and-run crash after a vehicle struck the back of the moped on which she was a passenger. The driver of the moped was taken to Memorial University Medical Center in Savannah with serious injuries. The vehicle that hit the moped might be a red Ford pickup that may be damaged in the front as a result of the crash. Highway Patrol does not yet have a suspect in the crash. Residents who see a pickup matching the description are asked to call South Carolina Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. Efforts to redraw Jasper County's school board districts and grant the district the authority to sign off on its own budget have skidded to a stop and won't be revisited until next year. An earlier version of the new school board district map, which compresses the board districts from 9 to 7, have drawn concern from Republican Representatives Bill Herbkersman of Bluffton and others. It's highly unusual for a local bill, such as the Jasper County School Board map redrawing, to be obstructed by someone who represents a different county. Senator Clementa Pinckney, Jasper County's lone senator, called the actions that thwarted his legislation shameful and blamed political machinations. Thursday marked the last day of the two-year South Carolina General Assembly, and that means the explosive task must be restarted in the new session, which starts in January. And a 23-year-old Bluffton man was charged Friday in connection with a strong-armed robbery that took place May 31st on Quinn Court. Bluffton police say a group of men approached the victim around 8:45 p.m. that night. One man grabbed him by the back of the neck and took his wallet, which contained $500. The victim, who was not injured, identified Trenton Ford as one of the robbers. Officers made several attempts to serve Ford with an arrest warrant, but were unsuccessful. On Friday, police received a tip Ford was staying in a mobile home on Little Possum Road. Investigators arrived, heard Ford inside, and he eventually turned himself in. Ford is charged with 2 felony counts and was also arrested on an outstanding bench warrant. And a Bluffton man died Friday after the lightweight aircraft he was piloting crashed in eastern Georgia. Christopher William Bowen, 55, had been flying his gyroplane for about 15 minutes near an airport in Rennes, Georgia, before it went down in an open cotton field around 4 p.m. and burst into flames. Bowen was in Georgia for the annual Rennes O.B. Brown Memorial Fly-In, an event held by Chapter 172 of the Experimental Aircraft Association. Brown was making a test run Friday in preparation for the event, which began Saturday. There have been incidents at the gathering before where aircraft have gone down hard, but this was the first fatal accident. And here's what's happening around the state. The South Carolina National Guard is replacing drafty windows, updating aged heating and air conditioning units, and asking soldiers and airmen to police power usage in an attempt to conserve energy. Guard officials say the effort at armories, training sites, and headquarter buildings have slashed more than $300,000 from its energy costs over the past 4 years. The effort began several years ago when energy costs were spiking, and as the Pentagon was urging active duty military, Guard, and reserve units to start conservation efforts. The budget is now at $2.2 million after spiking at about $2.5 million. And a case involving motorcycle burnouts at a Merle Inlet biker bar is headed to federal court. The bar's lawsuit, filed in state court in May, claims the First Amendment protects the right to perform the burnouts, which involve revving a motorcycle's engine and letting its back tire spin while the front brake is applied, creating smoke and noise. The bar believes that providing these expressive performances to the public is a beneficial social activity which enhances individuals' conscious ability to assimilate. Horry County describes the burnouts burnouts as a public nuisance and says state law allows it to ban such nuisances. The county denies that a ban violates any constitutional rights. A trial is set to start May 6, 2013 in Florence, not long before the next rally is scheduled to take place. And finally, cadets at South Carolina's Citadel are going to be paying $300 more a semester under tuition increase approved by the school. Cadets from South Carolina will pay about $300 more a year for a total of about $10,500. Cadets from out of state would pay about $1,700 more a year, or $28,800. Tuition per credit hour for the graduate students is also going up. School officials say the college has tightened its belt in recent years and needs the money to maintain its programs and make facilities improvements. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun covers everything from golf carts to hurricanes as the Bluffton News brings you hot off the presses. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining me now is Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun. So Lynne, there's been a lot of discussion about the Beaufort County School District budget for next year. What's going on with that?
Yes, ma'am. The new $177.9 million budget includes state-mandated raises for all district employees. It will eliminate 30 positions, and it would mean a property tax increase on second homes. But the part that seems to have caused some dissension is a technology plan, $1.8 million plan that would give iPads to some middle and high school students. Beaufort County Council had a first reading last week, and some members are very supportive of this and others not so much.
Well, what could happen with that?
Well, it's because so many people are split on it. There will be some more discussion. They'll have a second reading on June the 11th, and then a final vote is expected on June 25th.
Gotcha. Now, Governor Nikki Haley, she was in the Low Country last week. What did she have to say about hurricane season?
Well, basically what she said was that she and other state officials have done all they can to prepare us for the hurricane season, which of course we know started June 1st, and now it's up to citizens to follow suit. She said that we have to be responsible and get ready now in case a storm system develops and starts heading our way, and pointed out that voluntary evacuation is no longer an option. Any evacuation orders will be mandatory, and when she says to get out, we got to get out.
Yeah, that's right. Now, what are the predictions for hurricane activity this season?
Well, you know, prior to June 1st, the beginning of the season, we already had 2 named storms, and the predictions from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, indicate between 9 and 15 named storms with 4 to 8 hurricanes reaching Category 3. Or I'm sorry, up to 3 of those reaching Category 3.
Well, that's definitely something to pay attention to. So get those hurricane evacuation kits ready.
Right.
All right, you know, one of my favorite things about Bluffton, Lynne, is that a lot of people drive their golf carts around on errands to save money on gas and that type of thing. And I understand that they've gotten an extension on their distance limitations recently. What's the story?
That's right. There's a bill that was introduced by Bluffton's own Representative Bill Herb Kurzman. He sponsored a bill that Governor Haley signed recently that allows golf cart drivers to take their carts up to 4 miles from their home or business on secondary roads, which are those with a speed limit of 35 miles an hour or less. Now, for people inside a gated community, that means 4 miles from the gate, and this doubles the distance that they were allowed before. And Herb Kurzman said that with the rising gas prices, it only makes sense. And this is really good for people in places like our Sun City Hilton Head and also on Defusky Island, where golf carts are fairly much a primary form of transportation.
Absolutely. Now, when does the new law take effect?
It takes effect on October the 1st.
All right. Well, Lynne, thanks so much for joining us. Now, Shellie West Hodges is joining us with a special business report about how Bluffton business is booming. Welcome, Shellie.
Thank you, Anneliza.
Now, I understand that there was a recent ribbon cutting on a great new Bluffton business.
Yes, we have a great new little yogurt shop called Josie's over at the Best Buy Center, and they just had their grand opening Memorial Day weekend, and we are happy to have them here in town with us.
Now, I've actually been to Josie's already, and I've had their yogurt. It is fantastic, but I'm going to let you tell us what their specialty is.
Yeah, now, they're a franchise based out of Las Vegas, and the folks that formulated the ingredients for their yogurt really have focused in on nutritional values. And for instance, they have a yogurt that has fat burning ingredients in it. They have one that has antioxidants in it, and then they have one that has stevia in it for people that don't want the sugar. So they've really kind of taken the yogurt to a different level, and it's great, and everything's wonderful there.
Well, I can certainly agree with you on the great parts. Now, going from a new business to a growing business, I understand that Stockade Storage now has 2 locations.
Yes, it does. Stockade is located out in Oakadee. They also have a facility here on the Bluffton Parkway.
Now, do they do all kinds of storage?
Yes, they do. They've got, monthly, you can go month to month. They have, different sizes that they offer for people. They also do auctions there, when people abandon their units. So, similar to what you see on TV.
Now, do they have any auction events coming up?
Yes, they do. On June the 28th, they actually have one out at the Oakadee facility, which is at 9 a.m. And then they have another auction at the Bluffton facility on Bluffton Parkway at 10 a.m. A little bit different than what you see on TV, but similar.
Gotcha. Now, with official summer on the horizon, I know a lot of people are looking for fun stuff to do, and we do have a business in Bluffton that can help them out. I believe it's called May River Excursions.
Yes, and that's owned by Chris Shoemaker, and he has a skiff boat that he takes out up to 6 people, and he serves as a ferry as well as takes people out on different types of excursions.
Now, there's nothing prettier than the May River at sunset. Does he do sunset excursions?
Yes, he does sunset. He'll take people out on dolphin cruises, crabbing trips, shrimping trips, and fishing. And it's a great business, and you can find him on the web at mayriverexcursions.com.
I'll tell you, Shellie, the success of Bluffton businesses, even in this tight economy, is really encouraging. Thanks for the good news.
Thank you. It's great.
When we return, Norma Taylor, anchor of Sun City News, talks about the development and growth of Sun City News and Sun City TV, and One Hot Mama's Orchid Pallmeyer shares some of her travel escapades and reveals a new treat that will be on WHHI's menu.